Hi everyone, good morning. Are you able to see my screen? Are you able to see my screen? Guys, are you able to see my screen? Please confirm. Are you able to hear me? Okay, so let's start. In this today's session, we'll see about how to create 2D, 3D, and also animations. Okay, so I'm just creating a simple HTML template. Okay, I'm just going to take H1 element, session 7. I am going to create a simple CSS file 7.css, importing that. Okay, let's open this, the live server. Okay, now the web page is open. So in this session, we'll discuss about 2D, 3D, and animations. Okay, 2D is nothing but just the recall normal boxes and normal things. Okay, so whatever you are saying now, this is also a 2D data only, right? Two-dimensional. So let's simply create a simple box here. So we will be using the div tag to create the box, right? So I'm just making the class equals to box 1. And here I'm writing the help of the p tag. Hello, hello world. Okay, so here I'm going to take this box 1. I'm just going to give border 1 pixel, solid color and black I will give, and then background image will give radial gradient will give red, yellow, gray. Okay, so now what I will do, I will just give the height 200 pixel, width 200 pixel. Okay, again height as 200 pixel, width as 200 pixel. Okay, height and width we have given. We'll give text align. We'll align the text also to center. Okay. Now this is our box. This is a normal 2D box. You understood? This is a normal 2D box, two-dimensional box. Okay. You want, you can give like, there is a property called border radius. Okay. Border radius. So border radius means here we have the edges, right? This edges. This edges we can make it more like. Let me open this in the Chrome. Then it will be much more better. Okay. So here the border radius means this edges is there, right? That we can make it as curves. Okay. Let's see border radius. I'm going to give 10 pixel. Okay. Now you can see the border. The edges become little bit curves, right? So if you want to make circle, how will you do that? So if you give the border radius as 50%, now it will become the circle. If the border radius is 50%, it will become the circle. Understood? Understood, guys? So this is why we will use the border radius. Okay. There are a couple of 2D transformation methods are there. Okay. There are a couple of 2D transformation methods. Let's make it box itself for now. For your reference, like I will just comment this line and I will mention here like to convert the box to circle. Okay, I will just give border radius now for now. Border radius I will give 10 pixel. Just the curves will be normal. Okay, there are a couple of transformation 2D transformation properties. So we can transform the 2D designs into different ways. Okay, so we'll see all those how and what are those elements and all. Okay, so for this what I will do is I'll create one more box inside this. Okay, I will do div class will be inner box one, mention it here. Okay, so now what I will do, I will design that inner box dot inner box one. I can do the same things. Same things. We'll change the colors, for example. Okay, so there is a property called transform. Okay, transform. With the help of the transform only, we can use different type of 2D CSS properties. Transform. I'm using. Okay, I will use the transform, and here you can mention. First, we'll see the rotation. Like how can we rotate? So rotate is there, and I am going to mention 30 degrees. Now you can see. Now you can see this. We have backside this box. That box was there. If I make it 150 pixel, then it will be better. No, let it be 200 pixel itself. What I will do is I'll wrap this complete content with one more box. Okay, I'll wrap this complete content with one more box. Here what I will do is style equals to, I'll just give display flex align items center, by content to be centered. Okay, I'll just minimize it. Now everything is in center. Okay, now you can see we have just rotated the inner box to 90 degrees, right? So same like this, you can rotate the outer box as well. So I'll just use the same transform, rotate. I'll rotate that to a minus 30 degrees. Now you can see. So that has been rotated to minus 30 degrees this side. Or else that is also, if rotated 30 degrees, then you can see. This is the difference. It rotated 30 degrees, again it rotated 30 degrees. So 60 degrees, the inner box was rotated. Are you able to see this? This is how you can do the rotations. You can rotate the 2D elements. Okay, understood guys? Are you able to understand this? Like this, there are a lot of elements are there. You can, there is something called scale, there is something called skew. There's so many things are there. But mostly we will use rotate for the transform. Okay, and there is one more property, translate, if I am not wrong. That property also sometimes we can use transform, not transform. For the transform, we'll be having translate. That also we can use. Okay, any doubts in this one? Any doubts, guys? Any doubts? If you have doubts, you can let me know. Okay, now I'll just tell you a simple example. I'll just comment this one and this one. Now we'll use translate so that you can see some this thing. You can use translate, You can use translate and you can give how much it has to. This is for the x-axis translate and y-axis. Okay, this is for the x-axis and y-axis. Translate from x-axis how much you are going to move, from y-axis how much you are going to move. So I have mentioned x-axis will be 50 pixel, y-axis will be 150 pixel. So it came below. If I give 50 pixel, 50 pixel, now you can see x-axis and y-axis. Okay, rotate will turn the design to different directions. Translate will use to move x-axis and y-axis in different ways. Okay, if I give x-axis as minus 50, now you can see x-axis it has been moved to left side minus 50. Okay, plus direction for the x-axis will move towards the right direction, right side, and for the y-axis if it is plus value it will move towards back toward downside. If you want to move the content to upward then you can give minus. Okay, if I give minus 50 pixel, now you can see it has been moved to top side. Okay, this is the transform translate where we can move the content to right side and left side. Understood? Are you able to understand this? Okay, if when it comes to 3D, 3D is not much. You can use the same transform. So for making the 3D visually, like making the design to be visually 3D diagram, what we have is we have something called rotate. The same rotate, but we will be having rotate X and rotate Y. Rotate X, and here you can mention how much degrees. If I mention 150 degree, I can see just rotate it to 150 degrees. Okay, here text also you can see. Okay, same like this, you will be having rotate Y, where you can rotate the content for the Y axis, and the Z axis also you can do the same. Okay, rotate Z. Rotate Z means Z axis. Okay, X, Y, Z. Based on these three axes, we can rotate the design in different ways. So not exactly 3D design, but we can make visually little bit 3D design. Understood? These three properties we'll use for the 3D designs. Understood, guys? Someone is requesting to unmute. You want me to explain again? Okay. So here you can see first I have created a box, inner box. First I have created an inner box with some dummy data, and for that outer I have created one more box. Okay. So that means what I am going to do, like I will just open paint. Okay, first I have created something like this. First I have created some outer box. Okay, again I have created one more box. with some text. Okay, and now what I did was first I have rotated this box. Okay, after designing this, what I did, I have rotated that box to like this, not like this. It will be I have rotated in terms of the degrees, right? For doing that, we will it is required to use the transform property, CSS transform property. So you can use rotate function, and you can mention how many degrees that you want to rotate. Okay, you can mention how many degrees that you want to rotate. Let's see that itself here. Rotate function. So you can see in the HTML, first there is a inner box. Okay, there is an inner box and there is an outer box. These two boxes. Don't consider this one. This box is just to align the complete content into the center. That is why I have used. It's not required for your understanding. Okay, this is the inner box where we have been rotating, and this is the outer box. Okay, so for the outer box, I just have given some design. For inner box also, I have given some design. For inner box, I am rotating in different directions. So first I have mentioned the transform property. CSS transform property is used to convert, is it to transform the elements into different directions. Okay, different ways and different formats that we can show the CSS property. Sorry, UI elements with the help of the CSS property of transform. Okay, so here we are just rotating the inner box with 30 degrees. Okay, now let's save this and go to our design. You can say this. It has been rotated to 30 degrees. The inner box, hello world is the inner box, right? It has been rotated to 30 degrees. Same like this, if you rotated the outer box also, now you can see outer box rotated 30 degrees and inner box rotated 30 degrees in the outer box. That means total 60 degrees it has been rotated. Okay, for example, you can see if I mention here 60 degrees. Okay, now it is in 60 degrees, right? Now if we mention 30 degrees for this, now the inner box will rotate totally 90 degrees. 90 degrees it rotated because this inner box is there inside the uh, outer box, right? So outer box already rotated 30 degrees. From that from the 30 degrees onwards, again 60 degrees we have rotated the inner box, so that totally it has been rotated 90 degrees. So it came like completely to the right side. Understood? Now let's come to translate property. Translate property is something where you can move the content to x and y axes. Okay, x and y axes. So if you want to take the content towards upside, you have to mention the degrees in minus. If you have to mention rotate degrees in minus, negative values. And if you want to move the content towards left side, then also you have to mention the y-axis data to be in minus values, negative values. Understood? If you mention the positive values, this is the x-axis. First one is the x-axis and then y-axis. If you mention the positive values, x-axis will move towards the right direction, y-axis will move towards the down direction. You can see it has been moved to right direction, and for the y-axis it's moved to down direction. Understood? This is how we will use the transform property, translate property. Okay, so 3D there is not different kind of CSS properties. These rotate x, y, z, three axes we will use. Okay, rotate x means it's normal, like it will completely move the content to x axis. Rotate y, it will move the content to y axis. Rotate z means it will move the content in z axis as well. Understood? This is why we will use the rotate xyz. It's not a completely 3D design, but bit of we can give that little bit of 3D kind of design. Understood? Now let's see about animations, which is interesting. Okay, for animations in CSS, we will be using something called keyframes. Okay, let's see that example. Let's do something here. 2D and 3D. Okay, let's see some animations. So let's design a box here. I'm just going to design a div box. I'm going to mention class equals to box2. Okay, so I'll come here. I'll just come dot box2, and here I will give width 100 pixel, or else let's give 200 pixel, which will be better, and give height will be 200 pixel, and we'll give some background color. Background color will give just red, or else we'll give yellow green will give. Okay, and then animation name. So we are going to give the animation name animation name. I will give something like uh, box anim box animation. I'll just give, you can give any name. Okay, we can give any name. And animation duration, you have to give animation duration, you can give 4 seconds. Okay, so now we need to create the animation for this particular element. Okay, so in CSS we will be having something called keyframe, and here you have to mention your animation name. We have mentioned box animation as the name, right? Box animation as the name. So from what to what we have to move. So I am just going like from background color, uh, what is that, yellow green, I'll move it to background color red. Okay, where is our box? You can see, I can see this. Colors is changing, right? For every 4 seconds. After 4 seconds, the color will change. Understood? This is a simple, very simple design. Okay. So this, for the same, what I am going to do is from on to, in place of this, we can mention percentages. Okay. For 0%, what design you are going to show. For let us take, we'll take 50%, what design you are going to show, or else 25%, what design you are going to show, and 50%, what design you are going to show, 75%, what design you are going to show, and 100%, what design you are going to show. Okay, I'll just mention here this to be here. Background color I will make black, or else let it be, for 25% I will make it completely black. Okay, For this, I will mention 50%. I will mention red. Not only the background color, you can change a lot of things. Okay, for 70%, I will mention green, and here for 100%, I will mention pink or else brown. Okay, now if we refresh this, uh, are able to see this different colors? It is changing: red, green, brown, black, red, green, brown. Are able to see this simple animation? Okay, so in place of 4 seconds, you can give whatever the time delay that you want. Okay, whatever the time delay you want, you can give. How much time delay that you are going to provide, you can give. So for example, I want this to iterate lot of times, infinite times, so that you can give like animation iterate count. I can give infinite iterate count infinite, so that it will keep on doing the same infinite times. For every 4 seconds the color will change, and it will do the same for 1,000 times. Not 1,000 times, it will be infinite times, right? Understood? Okay, so in the same way, what I am going to do is, you understood this, right? What I will do is, whenever it is 50%, I wanted to change the shape itself. What I will do, I'll give border radius, I will give 50%. Now what happened? It will convert it to the circle. See? Whenever it comes to the 50%, it is converting it to the circle. Again, it is going back to its original position. Okay, same like this. If you want, like, for 50%, you want to transform or else translate, transform values. And just now we have discussed, right? Translate. I will translate it to, like, I will move it to x-axis. I will mention as 50 pixel, and y-axis will be 0 pixel. You can say this, it is coming this side and going this side, coming and going. Or else you can mention, if you want, like 100 pixel, you can mention, so that it will much, it is coming much this side, going back to its original position. It's very simple animation. Like this, whatever the CSS properties that you know, all those CSS properties you can apply here. Understood, guys? This is simple example for that. So like this, you can design a lot of things. Are able to understand? Are able to understand? If you have any doubts, please let me know. Are able to understand? If you have doubts, please ask. What is the role of keyframes in animation? Keyframes means at frame is nothing but at what position you are going to mention what type of design. Okay, frame, one frame. So there will be like pixel means what, one particular dot in the complete screen, entire screen. One pixel means one dot here, one dot, particular dot. So there will be thousands of pixels, right, in a design. So keyframe is also something related to that. So for particular frame, what design that you are going to show, that's why we will be using the keyframe property of the CSS. So, and we are mentioning for zero, for the 0% of the frame, you have to mention this particular design. For 25% frames, you have to mention this design. Like this, I am mentioning. So in place of 0, 25, 50, 75, 100, you can mention multiple, whatever you want. Okay, whatever you want, you can mention. Let's mention blue. Okay, like this, you can mention a lot of things. So you can translate, you can, just now we have discussed the properties, right? Transform, translate, rotate, rotate X, Y, Z. All those properties you can mention here so that it will move left side, right side, all different directions. Understood, guys? Do you have any doubts in today's session about the animations, about 2D, 3D, the transform property, keyframe properties? So this is just an example. You can do a lot of things like you can convert, you can design your own this thing, and you can change the shapes, size, and all. Okay, let's see. Let's design a simple thing. Okay, I want a circle. I want a circle where for every time it will shrink, and then again it will come back to its original position. It will shrink and then come back to its original position. The circle. Okay, I'll just do box 3. Okay, I'm just going to use the same box 3 here. Here I will design box 3, and I will give the box animation 2 as the name, and I will use the keyframe here. Keyframe box animation 2. Okay, now I am going to design something called border radius. Border radius. I'm going to make 50%. That means it is going to be circle. I'll design this circle with blue color first. Okay, so here for 0%, I'll do something. For 25%, I'll do something. It's not mandatory to use exactly 0, 25. You can use whatever you want. Okay, just for convenience, I'm using. And 100%, I'm going to use something. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to change the background color. Color at 0%, let it be blue. Okay, and I'm going to change height. I'm going to mention 200 here. We'll mention 180 pixel. Width, I'm going to mention 180 pixel, or else 175 pixel will mention 25, 25. 175. And same, I will mention it for here. We'll copy this. For 25%, I'll change the color to red color, 150 pixel. Okay, and for 50% I will change the color to yellow. 125%, 125 pixel, 100 pixel, and color to okay. You can see this. uh, what I will do is I'll just margin I will give 100 pixel. You can see this one. It is there in the same. It is changing its shape. It is shrinking. It is shrinking, and then it is coming to its original position. It is like you can see this, and suddenly it is coming to its original position, right? So what I will do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 100 by 8. What is 100 by 8? Calculate 100 divided by 8, 12.5. Okay, so what I will do is let's take 12.5, 12.5, 12.25, 25, 37.5. I'll just copy this completely again. Okay, 37.5 plus 12, 49, 49, 50. 50% let it be, and after that 50% plus 12.5, 50, 62.5. I'll just give the same. I think or else we can mention just comma 50% here, comma 62.5%, comma 62, 64, 65, 75%, 100%. Now let's remove this. You can see, now you can see it is shrinking and then coming to its original position one after another. Understood? If we haven't given like this, what is happening? Once it shrinked completely, again it is suddenly going back to its original position. Understood? It is shrinking and coming to its original position. Are you able to understand this, guys? Is it interesting? I hope it is interesting. Yeah, yeah, I will. Kalyani, please tell me what you haven't understand so that I can explain you again. ఏదైతే అర్థం కాలేదో అది అడగండి, నేను చెప్తాను. ఓకే, ఎక్కడ అర్థం కాలేదో చెప్పండి, నేను ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తాను. So guys, any doubts in this one? I will share the recording video and also the documents, so you can get it, you can see that again. చూడండి. సో అప్పటికి అర్థం కాలేదంటే నెక్స్ట్ సెషన్లో అడగండి, నెక్స్ట్ సెషన్లో నేను మళ్ళీ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తాను కావాలంటే. బట్ ఇట్ విల్ బి గుడ్ if you understand, otherwise also no problem. We'll repeat the same again in the next session if required. ఓకే, బట్ నెక్స్ట్ సెషన్లో మాత్రం మనం వచ్చేసి ఫ్లెక్స్ బాక్స్ అండ్ ఆల్సో గ్రిడ్ గురించి డిస్కస్ చేద్దాం. ఓకే, విచ్ ఆర్ రియల్లీ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ టాపిక్స్ అండ్ ఆల్సో యూస్ఫుల్ టాపిక్స్, where you can with the help of that only you can design any kind of websites, display flex boxes and also grid. Okay, so any doubts guys? I think if you